Greetings to everybody out there in the interwebs, and welcome to another episode of Bus Thoughts with Brother Beard. I'm Brother Beard, and there's my school bus. On this show, I like to take just a few minutes every afternoon and share some of the thoughts that I have while I'm driving up and down the roads, getting little darlings to and from school. And this morning I was thinking about, you know how sometimes somebody, if they're messing with you and they say, oh, relax, I'm just joshing you, or you've heard somebody exclaim, oh, for the love of Pete. Where do these expressions come from, and why is it Pete? Why is it Josh? I like to think that maybe sometime way once upon a time ago, there was a fella by the name of Josh who was a prankster, and he liked to play jokes on people. And so because he was so funny, or so annoying perhaps, his name became a byword for just having fun at somebody else's expense. I don't know what the answer is. I'm sure there's something very intelligent out there that explains it, but if I find it, I'll be sure to let you know. But also, I've been thinking a lot about the Lord's Prayer, the model prayer, if you will. Most of us know it. In fact, it might be one of the most well-known things, at least in the English-speaking language, because there's a lot of exposure to it. And in that model prayer, it's called the model prayer because Jesus literally is teaching, he is modeling how to pray. Now, your prayer life should not consist of repeating the Lord's Prayer over and over and over again. It was simply an example, a form by which you can follow. If you are having difficulty praying, if you're not sure what to pray for or how to go about praying, then using the model prayer as an example is a great thing to do. And so for the next couple of episodes, I'm going to take the model prayer, the Lord's Prayer found in Matthew 6. I'm going to take it one verse at a time and just kind of give you some thoughts and talk about some things in it. And in the prayer, of course, he explains some things beforehand about the manner in which you should pray and how you should go about your prayer life. But when he actually comes to the prayer, he begins with, Our Father who is in heaven, hallowed be your name. And so the prayer begins by first acknowledging God, acknowledging his place, our Father who is in heaven. And of course, the word Father, it tells us two things. First, God is our Father, and a father cares for his children. A father provides and protects and looks after his children. And so we are calling upon God as a caregiver, as a protector, as a defender, as a loving father, but also a father is an authority figure, someone whom you learn from, someone whom respect is due and whom you are to obey. And so right from the outset, we are acknowledging that God, we are praying to you and we are asking and petitioning you for these things. However, we must accept that as Father, you are the authority and that we must accept your decision, even if it's something that we might not necessarily agree with, whether it be the outcome or the timeline, because oftentimes in prayer, God isn't going to give you what you ask for immediately. You ask, God, help me find a new job, and then become disappointed when you don't get up from praying and the phone rings with a better job offer. Sometimes it takes time. And so we acknowledge God as Father, as protector, provider, but also as an authority figure to be obeyed. And then he goes on and says, hallowed be your name. And so the next step is praise. Calling God's name holy, making the petition, the request that God's name to be holy. Now, we don't have to ask God to make his name holy. His name already is holy. But again, it is reminding us of who we are talking to. We are talking to the most holy being in existence. There is none higher. There is none more righteous. There is none greater. And we need to be reminded of that, but that while, yes, we are having a conversation with our loving Father, he is also the creator God of the universe. He is the one who is literally holding all of existence together. The one who created all that we are, the one by whom everything exists. This is who we are talking to. And so there needs to be reverence. There needs to be a sense of awe when we approach the throne of God. Now, because he is our Father, we go to him as a loving Father, and we can be comfortable with him. But we also must remember exactly who he is and that his name is holy. But it's also not only acknowledging God as a holy, righteous, just, completely perfect God. It's also making the request within us that God, your name would be made holy in my life. That I would take your name, because after all, as Christians, as children of God, we bear his name, we bear his image and his likeness, and we are his representatives, and we should make his name holy in our lives. That people who see us, that people who know us, that they will know the holy God whom we serve. And so that's why Jesus begins the model prayer, first with acknowledging who God is, and then with praising him and reminding us that he is a holy God, a God whom we should revere and whose name we carry, and we should do our best to make it holy as we go, because we carry his name with us. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you're having a great Monday, and that the whole rest of your week is pretty good as well. Looking forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. God bless. Talk to you again soon.